What's good, y'all? My name is Bellevue Black, and I'm a rapper, songwriter from Johannesburg, South Africa. And basically, I am on a journey of rediscovering who I am as an artist, as a rapper, and I'm in this process of just developing my language and finding my flow. And I just felt really stuck for a long time, and I felt like I had creative block. Yeah, that's what the fuck they call it. Yeah, creative block. And I just felt like it wasn't really that. What I had to do was really just find my language, find my momentum, and find who I am as an artist, and be unapologetically that person. So y'all join me on this journey of just finding who I am as a rapper, finding my sound, finding my language, finding my flow, my rhythm. And yeah, and basically we're gonna be doing this using The Artist Way by Julia Cameron. Yeah, Julia Cameron. And I'm gonna talk to you about week one, because yeah, I feel like this is really, really dope. And with me working on a new project right now, I have an EP in the making, and I just feel like this is really gonna bring that inner creative out of me, the shameless creative, because I feel like a lot of times we won't really put in our all as creatives, as artists, as rappers, songwriters, singers, whatever you do creatively. We won't fully channel that inner creative because we're so, I guess you could say, scared or fearful of what we will get back. And I'm just in a journey of saying, okay, I don't give a fuck no more. So I'ma just do me, find me first, then do me and roll with that. So basically, week one. This is week one of. We're gonna call this series "Discover Her the Artist Way." Discover Her the Artist Way, and week one we're focusing on safety. And basically, the aim of this is we're gonna remove like all negative self-talk, all creative negative self-talk, and basically things that hinder your creative process, that hinder your creative person, and release all those creative monsters and blurt out and replace them with affirmations and things that are actually gonna grow me as a creative. And yeah, let's get into it. Basically, my blurts. This is probably gonna be like real deep, but these are just blurts are basically things that I have in the back of my mind whenever I'm creating. And I feel like sometimes it can kind of hinder what I'm trying to do, and it make me feel like I should hold back creatively, and I don't fully embrace what I'm doing in that moment. And I'm not fully locked in because I've got this voice in my head that's saying this. And basically one of them is like, I'm not capable of producing consistent quality pieces. And by that I mean, like, sometimes I feel like when I'm in the studio, I feel like I'm gonna make one good song and I'm gonna never make a good song again. You feel me? And I just feel like I really had to like shit out that blur, because I feel like as an artist, as a creative person, at the end of the day, you will always develop creatively. You're always gonna grow. So when I'm thinking about it now, it's like really stupid to think that I'm never gonna grow creatively. But that's something that I really just felt like held me back, to feel like, oh, I'm gonna make one good song, I'm gonna make one dope song, it's gonna do well, then I feel like I won't have the capacity to deliver something better. So I really had to take that out of my mind and replace that with something good. And another blurt I had was, I'm not equipped for the stage that I want. And by that I mean, like, y'all, I see myself and I see my music career going to a certain level. I see myself on certain stages, certain environments, around certain people. And I feel like I'm not necessarily creatively equipped to do that. And now that I'm thinking about it, and I was talking to one of my homegirls, because she sings too, and she was just like, girl, we never gonna be that equipped until we actually get there and we see what equipment we need. I'm like, shit, you know what? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So it's like, I'm just thinking, I just, because I'm a woman of God, one thing I just really taught for myself with is the words. I was just telling myself, God doesn't call the qualified, he calls the chosen and qualifies them. So, you know, maybe I don't have what it takes right now for what I want, but I'm gonna get there and see what I need to pull up with. At the end of the day, the day go in, right? So another blurt I had was, there's too many female rappers. What makes me different? We in a point in time where there really is truly so much talent coming out, and I love to see it. So many female rappers coming out onto the scene and really changing the rap game, revolutionizing rap and making it what it should have been. Because right now we're celebrating 52 years of hip hop, and I just feel like it's such a monumental thing. And I watched the Grammys a couple weeks ago. Doechii just won best rap album of the year, and I'm like, wow, to see so many female rappers starting to get the respect and recognition that they deserve, and I feel like that's so dope. But we so many now. Let's be for real, we're so many now, and it's really really rare to see actually quality. I mean, we quantity, yeah, fuck yeah, we quantity, but what's your quality? What is your quality for real? So I feel like I really had to think that back then. Okay, sharp, cool. There is a whole lot of female rappers, and there's a whole lot of talented female rappers, but at the end of the day, I had to think to myself, I'm beloved black. There's not gonna be another beloved black. So I really just had to feed my mind with that, like, okay, there's gonna be different kinds of female rappers. There's gonna be this one that's got that, this one that's got this, but at the end of the day, how are you doing it? And I just had to stay locked in with that okay, there's going to be certain female rappers that try to do this and try to do that, but stick to who you are or what you do best, and that's be you. Once I kind of find me, y'all get what the fuck I'm saying though. So yeah, I just had to replace that, like, with there's only one beloved black, and there's not going to be another me. And another blurt I have is, I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa, if y'all don't know. And basically, I was just thinking to myself, there's no rapper that I know that has made it to where I'm trying to go. To how big I'm trying to take my music career, no rapper from where I'm from, South Africa as a whole, I've never really seen a female rapper that go to where I'm trying to go, take it to the height that I'm trying to take it. And I'm like, when when you feel like you're gonna be the first to do something, it's really scary. But at the same time, it feels like you've got these imaginary big shoes to fill. But they ain't really big shoes, because it's your shoe. You stepping into it first. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. But basically, I'm stepping out into it first. Then it's like, okay, cool. No rapper has ever made it to where I'm trying to go. And then I'm like, okay, cool, bitch. Be the motherfucking first. Be the first. Like, I really thought about that. Like, be the first. Okay? So that was my blurs. I just had to get over that and really just replace that with what I know and go deep into it. And I had to replace that with some affirmations. So I wrote down like 8 affirmations, and I'm just gonna name them out right now. And if you're also an artist, you're also a songwriter, producer, rapper, whatever you are creatively, even if you're a painter and author, you can use some of these creative affirmations for yourself and just really just meditate on them before you're about to create. My first one is, I'm created in the image of the creator, and creativity lives in me. I feel like this is so important because, especially if you're like spiritual and you really clock things, like, you realize that creating art is very spiritual. Just being a creative is spiritual. It's more than just physically putting something together. It comes together all in the spirit, and you really need to be intact spiritually to be able to receive that kind of vision, that kind of idea. You know what I'm saying? So when I say I am created in the image of the creator and creativity lives in me, it just means that I am truly gifted to be a creative, and I'm not trying to be creative. I am a I am creativity because it lives in me. Just like God can live in you, creativity lives in me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Number two is I'm not trying to be an artist. I am an artist. This is one thing that I randomly thought to myself one night, because I felt like, yo, I was just like going through emotion. Like, am I trying too hard for, this music shit? Like, it's like, I'm not trying to be an artist. I'm not trying to be creative. I am a creative. So also clock that T with you. You're a painter. You're not trying to paint. You are a painter. You're trying to write. I'm not trying to be a writer. I am an author. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a rapper. I am rapping. I can rap. I am a rather fucking rapper. you know? So I had to really clock that. Like, I'm not trying to do this. I am. And number three, my